Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to inventory part 2. This is going to be the second half of my inventory. Basically what that means is I'm going to show you all of the eyeshadow singles, all of my lip products, eyeliners, brow products, all of that. If you missed part 1, which covered eyeshadow palettes, blushes, bronzers, foundations, and all of that, then I will link it here so you can watch that. Today is also going to be very exciting because I am counting up all of the products in my collection so I can actually get a total number and find out how many products I have in my makeup collection. I do not know this number, so you will be finding out as I do. But yeah, let's just hop right into it. As you can see, those are my single eyeshadows. And let's bring them forwards and see how many I have. Also, it's already been not the greatest filming day. My light broke, like the attachment. Hopefully I can fix it, I don't know. So I'm just like sitting it here for now out of frame to light up this side a little bit because it is quite a gloomy day. But these are all of my eyeshadow singles, so let's put them together in their type of product. So these three I actually don't use, well, these two I don't use on their own. This one I do. This one, I really fell in love with it this summer. I used to not love the shade on me, but I just found it such a simple, you know, one shadow eye look. Also, my nails are really long at the moment, so it's very difficult to get in paint pots like this. Yeah, it's just a nice shimmery shade, and these do not crease at all unless you've had them on for more than 12 hours, so they're really good for that. This one, oh, I have not reached for all year. I probably should declutter this one. Look, it's like cracking too, which is not great. I've had all of them for a long time. Let's just cover that up. You know, I think I'm gonna declutter it. Okay, maybe I'll use it in January, and then after that I will declutter it. Or this one, like one of these two needs to go because I don't like either of them for the shade. I just like them as an eyeshadow base. Like that cool gold, I just don't find flattering on me, and same with this cool pink. Again, they're great for eyeshadow bases, and I find that they work really well under a lot of shades. Like yesterday, I went to see the Wicked movie, and I wore an entirely green eyeshadow look, and this was underneath, and like you couldn't see it at all. It's just a good base. So yeah, all three of these work great as bases, but this is the only one that I would use the shade on its own. These two I just don't like, and so there's no point in keeping two of them. Like it's such a massive product, you know what I mean? Like each time you need so little of it that it doesn't make sense to own three of them. So right now this is the one that's in my makeup bag that I use every day as a base. I think in January I'm going to switch it out, so this is going to be the one, or maybe I could even switch it out now. Yeah, maybe I'll do that, and then I will decide which of these makes more sense to keep, and then I will declutter the other one. So that's great. Good decision making right now. In that last video I really empowered myself to declutter products. Okay, then we've got 4 like regular eyeshadows. I don't know if I'm going to swatch all of these. This is my favorite single eyeshadow in my collection. Beautiful rose gold. You can really work up either the pink or brown bronzy aspect of it. Like it's super versatile. I find it really flattering. Love it. This Pixie one, which is a black shimmer that I literally never use. Literally never. I talked about doing a project in 2024 where I focus solely on products that I don't use organically. This is definitely one of them. I don't know, sorry, not 2024, 2025. I don't know if I will be doing that project next year just because I already have all the other projects that I'm planning to work on. Project Pan, lipstick project pan, blush roulette. Although I don't think I'm going to do my like overarching plan to pan series in 2025 as I have done the previous few years. That's where I start out the year with like 20 plus products that I'm like, I'm finishing all of these over the course of the year. So it's slightly different than a project pan. I don't think I'm doing that next year because I don't feel as if I have that many products that are realistically going to get finished over the course of the year. So maybe I could do this project at some point. We will see. This is one that needs to get more use by me. I just find black eyeshadows hard to use. I had another one, it was like a Topshop one that was just a black matte, and similarly that one I never reached for, so I decided to declutter it. This is a better one because it's a better brand and because it has some shimmer, so it's a bit more interesting, but still, I still don't use it. And then we've got this Tarte one, which at some point I need to repress this. I don't think I'm going to do a wet repress like with alcohol. I think I'm just gonna dry repress it, but I will probably, like, that'll be its own thing, you know? I need to make a TikTok video out of it, or like, I need to be prepared. I'm not prepared right now to repress it. This is another one that, even though it's so pretty, it's so nice, I just don't reach for. I think if it was a lighter brownie bronze shade, I would, but I struggle to use eyeshadows this dark. It gets product everywhere. Like, you can even see here, I've got some there. And so it dirties everything that is around it, but it is a really pretty color. And then lastly, wait, I think I'm forgetting one. I'll go search for that after, but this is from Fenty. This is one of my favorite single eyeshadows in my collection. It looks like a brownie bronze, but it's more of a dispersed gold bronze shimmer. You can see it's not like a solid color. I would compare it more to like the Moon Dust shadows, not that I've tried those, but in that it's not a solid color. It's just quite dispersed sparkle. So if you just want a little something something, this is the eyeshadow for that. And then we've got the more stick eyeshadow singles. So first off, this House Labs one, I don't use it that much, but when I do, I love the look. You just kind of have to commit to the bit because it's so much. It's so sparkly, it's so pink. You can't do this with any other shadows. Like, if you're wearing this is the only eyeshadow you are wearing, and this is the whole look. You know, like, you have to be wearing pink, you have to be wearing a nude lip, nude cheek, everything. It's just so much. I do love it, but yeah, I need to be committed. Look at that. I've done some really fun eye makeup looks with this. Love that. This is another one that I never reach for. This is from Nude Sticks. I got it from a Bun Street. Oh wow, I could probably sharpen that. I think it's because it's somewhere between like an eyeliner and an eyeshadow. You know, I don't usually wear eyeshadows that deep, as I mentioned, but I can't really wear it as an eyeliner because it's so thick. I could use a brush and sort of like dip it in there and then use it as an eyeliner, but I have a eyeliner that is a very similar shade that I'm trying to use up, so that is my priority right now. So yeah, I could use this in like my outer corner, but again, I think I would need to have it in a project and like specifically dedicate myself to using it because I do not get organic use out of it, which is too bad because it's pretty, you know, like that's nice. It's sometimes hard to predict what products you will and won't use. Do you know what I mean? Like, looking at this, I'm like, oh, a pretty brown shimmery shade, I'll use that. Nope. Whereas this one, this is from Freck. My friend decluttered this to me. It is in Algae Babe. Bright green. I don't love stick shadows. So both of those things are against it. And yet I wear this quite a bit. I find it so interesting. Again, this is one that this is the only eyeshadow you will be wearing that day. Like, I'm not mixing this with other shades. This is the star of the show. And I also need to be either wearing green, but it has to be the right shade of green, or wearing black or even white, I suppose. Like this, this stands out so much on the eyes. I do really like how it looks with my eyes. I will try to include a picture here. Super fun look, but again, I just need to be like in the mood and I need to be able to commit to it. Okay, I swear I have one other product. I can't even remember the brand, but this is one of those occasions where doing your inventory, you realize that something has been missing and you don't even know how long it's been missing for. It was like this, like the same packaging, but a light pink, sort of goldy bronze, but more pink shimmer shade. super pretty. It was one of my favorite eyeshadows and so good for a one and done look, or even just as like an eyeshadow topper if you wanted to add a bit of sparkle. But I don't know where it is, and I don't even know the last time that I used it, to be completely honest. Maybe this summer. Like, what if I somehow lost it on my trip to Banff? I don't know. I don't know where it is. That is an issue for another day. For now, I am going to assume that it is somewhere in my apartment, so I'm going to count that as one of my single eyeshadows. So we've got 3, 7, 10, 11. So assuming that that one is somewhere still in my collection, I have 11 eyeshadow singles. And comparing that to last year, I had 10. So I've actually gone up 1. These 2 were new to my collection this year, so that's what that's going to account for. I guess I decluttered 1 last year. I'm also going to declutter 1 of these, as I mentioned, but for now it looks like this category has actually gone up. Unfortunately, I have gotten more use out of this category than I used to. Like, these I use quite a bit more than whichever ones I decluttered last year that I don't even know what they were, and so I know that I decluttered them and didn't use them very much, and that was a good decision. But as I mentioned, some of these still do not get the appreciation that they need. So overall, pretty much same size collection. Let's move on to my eyebrow products. Okay, we have another missing product at the moment. I definitely have another brow pencil, and I know that because it is like my favorite brow product. It's the Annabelle one. I've used it for years and years. I've repurchased it multiple times, and that's the product that I take with me on trips usually, even if it's just like a couple days, just because I find it so simple and easier than like this, which is what I'm currently using, which is like a potted gel. And I don't know where it is, and I haven't even noticed until now that it was gone, because I guess I haven't needed it. Definitely the last time I used it was at my friend's farm. I went on like a weekend away, and I would have brought it then. Yeah, so we're just gonna hope that it is somewhere in my life. Don't know where, but for the time being, we've got this one brow gel. This is also from Annabelle, although it is not the same. I haven't tried this one. The other one is not like a self-sharpening one. It's just a regular pencil liner. This looks a bit darker than what I would think of as my shade, but it is called Taupe, which is my shade in the other one. But anyways, I have 1, but I think I have 2, which is that's in line with previous years. I've had these same 2 for years and years and years, because that's just not what I've been focused on using up at the moment. When it comes to potted gels, I clearly have this one. This is from MAC, and this is what I've been working on this past year. You can see that there's been progress, like based on the gel in there, but there's a lot left, and you obviously only use up a tiny bit at a time with this. It is also a bit of a darker shade than I think I would prefer, although I think it's in Taupe. No, Dirty Blonde. So this is actually the right shade. It just looks quite dark, so I use a very light hand with it. This is going to take me forever to use up, but I'm focused on this one because it is a cream rather than some of these other products, which are like, this is powder, so that'll stay good for longer. Then I have 1 brow gel. This is the first time in a very long time that I only have 1. This is from Maybelline, and I do like it. You have to be pretty careful because quite a lot of product does come off when you use it, so I have to like kind of scrape it through the brows a few times to get rid of remaining product. I wouldn't purchase this again, but I am glad that I do still have 1 actual brow gel, because for the most part what I use as brow gel is just partially dried up mascaras. So this is nice because it's actually the right shade for my brows, although I don't use it all the time. And then these 2 are, well, I've barely used these ones. This is from NYX. This was a repurchase. I had a previous one of this that I entirely used up. Well, at least the brown shades I had used up. I didn't use up this gel because I never really figured out how, although I probably should try, because I'm always like, oh, I want to try like the soap brows look. I literally never tried that while soap brows were popular, and I just haven't. You can see it's been used a little bit, not a ton. Yeah, it's still good. Like this, it's a bit too dark. even that is like borderline. So that's gonna take me forever to use up once I get through this. Who knows if it'll still be good, but I'm keeping it around because I did used to love it. And that's why I purchased the backup. And then we got this one, which I've never used. Probably should have decluttered. It's probably too late at this point to pass it on to someone else. Every year I just show it and I'm like, yeah, I've got this. It's brand new. It hasn't been touched, and it probably won't be touched next year either. There you are. Look how dark that shade is. That's gonna be too dark for me. That looks like a good shade, but yeah, I still got it. Ooh, I can smell it. Oh, that's not great. Oh, do you guys remember that like really, really old makeup that I ended up decluttering last year? It smells like that. That's not good. Maybe in 2025 I will try to switch this out for this. I'll use it instead, even though this is still brand new and I wanted to finish this first, because it does say cream and powder, or gel and powder. So yeah, I think this is going to be a declutter before I've even actually gotten to use it, but that is totally my bad. And that just shows you that, like, even if you're not an overconsumer now, even if you have a very moderate number of products, like look at this, I've only got 5 brow products. That is super reasonable. Because I really overconsumed when I was younger, I still like bear the remnants of that. You know what I mean? These products have still stuck around and I'm still trying to work through them 5+ years on. So it just shows how overconsumption affects you, not just in the now, but going forwards into the future. And it affects your makeup collection for years to come, and the way that you think about makeup, the way that you buy makeup, in good and bad ways. So anyways, this is my eyebrow collection. Honestly, yeah, I think it's pretty much the same as in previous years, except that I only have one brow gel now. Last year I also had the Merit one, which I ended up finishing this year. Okay, those are the brow gels. Let's quickly do my setting sprays because I've only got 2 of those, so that will be quick. Okay, these are my 2 setting sprays. This is Urban Decay's All Nighter, a classic. Everyone and their mother has this. My goal was to finish it off this year. This was in my Plan to Pan series, which I mentioned earlier. I will insert that playlist here. I really thought I would be able to finish it this year. Unfortunately, part of what derailed me was the fact that I got this in a Buns trade, and I really, really love this. I think it just feels different than any setting spray I've had before because it is Fix Plus. It's not like it says prep and prime, so it's not really meant to hold your makeup at the end of the day and like keep it sitting on your face like the way that hairspray does, because this, and I think most of the setting sprays I've used, have had alcohol in them, which really locks it in place, and you know, it's effective at that, but it doesn't feel great. Like, it makes your face feel a little bit stiff for the first couple minutes after you spray it, whereas this just feels like fresh and natural. And anyway, so I was using this for a while. I neglected this. And another thing is that I keep this in my room. I don't keep it in the bathroom, and I do my makeup in the bathroom. And so a lot of the time I forget to use this. I tried keeping it in the bathroom for a while, but then I got into a phase of always using a fan when I use this. So I would spray this and then I would I don't know. It just didn't work out because this I don't want to keep in the bathroom. Also, look how beautiful this is. I got this from a Bridgerton event this year. Love it. Anyways, there's no way of making this convenient. I just have to remember when I do my makeup to come into my room, spray this, use this fan. But there's still a lot left. I would say half probably. Anyways, 2 setting sprays, and hopefully next year is the year that I finish this, because it's fine. I think it works well. I don't feel like I need it. It's kind of like primer. I'm sure it makes a small difference, but not enough for me to feel like it is justified in having a place in my life. Actually, before we do eyeliners, let's do eyeshadow primers. Again, this is a quick category. I've got this Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. This glitter primer from NYX. This needs to be decluttered. I do not use this, and it is shameful. And this eyeshadow primer potion from Urban Decay. This is something I think I should probably try to pan next year, just because it's so small. I don't think this is a full size. It must be a mini. It's only 2 milliliters. It's obviously lasted a long time because you only need a small amount, but I'm squeezing it and nothing's coming out. So you can see how little is left. And I think it would just be good to get one of these out next year. Oh my God, nothing is coming out. How little is left? Or is it just like kind of solidified? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, anyways, this is going to be in my project pan for next year. Another little spoiler. And this, I think I should declutter it by the end of the year. Yeah, this is another like January bye-bye product, I think. So it'll be great if this is the only eyeshadow primer I have in my collection next year. Of course, I also have those Revlon paint pots, as I mentioned, that I use all the time. And in some ways, I think are more effective than the Painterly paint pot, because sometimes this makes the eyeshadow crease. But anyways, at the moment, I've got 3 eyeshadow primers. And how many did I have last year? I had 4 because I was using the NYX Milk Chubby Stick. And so, yeah, now that's gone down, obviously. But last year, I also had 1 setting spray. Is that correct? Yeah, I had 1 setting spray and now I have 2. So that category did go up. So I'm honestly not seeing as much progress or numbers going down as I had hoped. We will have to see at the end if I have an overall as positive an outcome as I was hoping for. But anyways, 3 in this category, hopefully soon to be 1. And now let's do eyeliners. Oops, got a lip liner in there. Wait, got a couple lip liners in there. I don't know how that happened. There we go. So these are all of my eyeliners. Let's do fun colors separately from the regular shades. Okay. Last year, I think it was last year, I did a big eyeliner decluttered because I just realized I had so many I never used. Like I just always use the same black eyeliner and the same brown eyeliner, and that's it. So I decluttered a ton of black and brown eyeliners, and now this is my remaining collection. It is still bigger than it needs to be because I've probably only touched 3 of these this year. I think I've used all of, well, maybe not this purple one, but I think I've used all the other ones. But these, like, I really have not used very many of them. Let's start with the colored ones, though. So I've got this fun green Pacifica liner, which admittedly I don't use that much, but I do feel like it still gets decent use in my collection. Like, I like that better. The Freck eyeshadow, I feel like, is a better product, but this is fun for an inner corner. And you can see they're quite different shades there. This one is a bit more teal. I do enjoy using it sort of layered with a black eyeliner, black liquid liner. And then we've got this red one, which I really, really got into in 2023. I haven't used it as much in 2024, but it's still fun because it is obviously different from anything else in my collection. I don't even have any red eyeshadows like that. So I should try this at some point as just like an all over the lid shadow. I feel like that would use up a ton of it, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I do really love the color. I love red on the eyes. Then we got this purple one, which honestly I should probably declutter. Oh wow, that's like, can you see how it's so hard to apply? Because it's not... Maybe if I sharpen it, it would be better. Yeah, it smells fine, actually. I just don't love purple on the eyes anymore. I think I'm gonna bring this into my makeup bag and decide by the end of the month if I want to declutter it. Because I just don't use purple eyeshadow anymore. And then we've got this one, which is a lip liner in the shade Auburn that I use as an eyeliner. Really pretty. I actually use that quite a bit. Sometimes I alternate with brown and with Auburn. And then this one, which clearly I don't use that purple. Literally never use that purple. I'm only keeping it for this. But I think I should try to pan this next year because I've had it for so long. And I still do like a bright inner corner. Obviously not to the extent that I used to when we were all doing like blinding white in there. But I still think it opens up the eyes and brightens in a nice way, so I should also try to pan this next year. And then this one, which this is a good to have type of product that I never make use of. It's just kind of like a my skin color. It's helpful for cleaning up lines if I ever got around to cleaning up lines, whether like lip lines or eyeliner lines. I'm keeping it, but I don't use this. Like, it's a helpful product. I can't be bothered. And then when it comes to the darker shades, we've got this tiny little one, which obviously I've been trying to project pan this for years, and you know, it's going pretty well. It's just taking a long time. Then we've got this black eyeliner from Rimmel. This is the one that is currently in my makeup bag. It's pretty decent. It's a bit smudgy. We've got my KVD black eyeliner. This is my only liquid liner in my collection. I would love to get a brown liquid liner, maybe when I finish off this one, because I do love a liquid liner. And, you know, if I want that really nice crisp eyeliner, I use this one because that's the only one that I have. And then we've got this Urban Decay double-ended liner. This is another one that I think I probably could pan at some point. Maybe I should focus on this next year. Yeah, I've panned quite a few of these double-ended ones before. And then this one, obviously that one is done. And this is kind of like a charcoal, which I don't know. I don't like navy and I don't like charcoal in the eyes. I only like brown and black. So I don't use that one a ton. Again, maybe next year we'll give it a try. And then we've got this black one. I think this is just like the Ulta brand. This is really, really good. Someday I can see myself panning this. And this one, I think from the brand Personnel, again, good, but quite smudgy. It is good because it's got a smudge brush on that end, which is sometimes handy. And that's it. Those are all the eyeshadows, the eyeliners in my collection. We've got 6 colorful ones and then 7 black and brown ones. So I have 13 total. Okay, I was just looking at my numbers and I actually had a couple of different categories for eyeshadows. I had eyeshadow singles, but I also had eyeshadow paint pots and eyeshadow sticks as different categories, and I hadn't realized. So my number of just eyeshadow singles is actually 6, whereas I thought it was 11. And last year was 8. So it actually has gone down. It's just I hadn't realized that there was those other categories. Eyeshadow paint pots, that stayed the same. Eyeshadow sticks, that went up from 1 to 2. And then my eyeliners, that number really went down. Double-ended eyeliners went down from 4 to 2. Black pencil liners went from 5 to 3. Yeah, so those numbers actually all did go down. So I'm really happy with that, because for a while I was like, wow, my numbers are not going down. I really thought that I like cleared things out. Like I panned stuff and I decluttered stuff this year and the numbers were not bearing out, but it's just that I hadn't checked the document correctly. Anyways, speaking of numbers going down, I'm really hoping that my number of lip products has also gone down, because yeah, this is my biggest category and it's a lot. I acknowledge that it's a lot, but I do think that I have curated down really well this year. So let's take a look at these numbers. Let's start with lip liners. I think this number may have actually gone up this year because my friend decluttered quite a few lip liners to me. Oh, and I forgot about, I've got those 2 e.l.f. ones. I'm not sure where they are. As you can tell, I keep makeup in so many different places in my home, but let's go hunt for them. I will be right back. Okay, I was not able to track down one of them, but I found a couple of other products. So, you know, let's just, again, assume it's somewhere in my home, and then this one I have not opened yet. Let's do these in order of height. Okay, so these are all of my lip liners. Let's check how many I had last year. I had 10 last year, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's the same number. Okay, I'm really pleased about that. So I must have decluttered some other ones that I am forgetting about at the moment. Sorry, this might be distracting. Oh dear. So yes, we've got a couple of nude shades. These look pretty similar, but actually this is quite a bit of a deeper pink than this one. This is much more of a nude. I love this one. This is kind of what I had in mind to replace it. I mean, they look pretty different, and obviously I haven't tried this yet, but one day I will swatch them and see how similar they are. I love this one so much, and that's why I wanted to get this, because I need more that are in the same color shade category, and maybe one year I will think about panning this. Look at that. Maybe next year. I so seldom reach for it because I love it so much, and I didn't want to use it up and then not have a nude in my collection, but now I have this, so I feel a little bit better about potentially finishing this off at some point. And then, yes, as I mentioned, this Annabelle one, it's a bit deeper than I love. This is in my lipstick project pan, and I don't think this is going to be done by the end of December, but hey, I'm still using it quite a bit. And then I have my one designated red lip liner. I feel like everyone needs one, although to be honest, most of the time when I use red lipstick, I'm not even using this, but still good to have it. Then I've got this one, Deep Purple from NYX. This is very similar to the one that I use as an eyeliner. I don't know why I have two that are so similar, but here we are. Used to be an overconsumer, can you tell? I've got these two that are from this new Suede line. One of them I asked for specifically as a gift, this one in Soft Spoken, because I have the Soft Spoken liquid lipstick and I wanted the lip liner, and then this one my friend decluttered to me, and this one is in Vintage. It's not focusing very well, but these do not apply nearly as well as these. Let me show you an example. Okay. I'm trying to use that same amount of pressure and it's barely showing up. I really have to press hard to get it to be the shade I want. And I don't understand why. Like, this is supposed to be a reformulated texture, you know? This is like the exciting new version of it, and it's not nearly as good a lip liner, even though it's more expensive and it's new. So I don't understand why they did that. I never use these because it's just annoying to have to press so hard on my lips. They're nice shades, but yeah, I don't use them very much. And then I've got a black one just because I felt like I needed a black lip liner. Do I use it very much? No, obviously not. And then this one my friend also decluttered to me and I've never used it. It is quite dark. I do not need this many dark lip shades, but it's pretty. It's brand new, so I couldn't say no. And then we've got this next one in Truth or Bear, and I also have a very similar brown one. I will insert a little clip of that here so you can see. This is more of a nude, that one is more of a brown, but I love the formula of these, and so that is why I got another one. I think these are like $2 in the US, maybe $4 in Canada. Not that I've ever seen them here in Canada, but yeah, even though I have definitely enough lip liners, as you can see, I don't feel like I have enough of the like light nude shades, so that is why I got two new ones, despite having all of these that I so rarely reach for. But anyways, those are all of my lip liners this year. I have, as I mentioned, 10. Sorry, I had to take a break, go pick something up for my friend, and get my flu shot, but hopefully the lighting isn't too different. Let's move on. I think let's do lip balms next. Oh, I guess that's it. For some reason I thought I had more lip balms, but this is mine. These are actually my partner's, but he gets tired of lip balms really quickly, so he's always like buying and using different ones. So I've just decided that these are mine. So I have 3 lip balms, and let's see how many I had last year. 0? I guess because I hadn't included them as mine at that point. But I had 2 potted lip balms, it says. So I don't know where we stand on that, but I've got 3 currently. I'm trying to take pictures of each category just to be able to compare it to previous years. Okay, let's move on to liquid lipstick. Actually, no, let's do lip glosses. I believe I have 4. Yep, here we go. So these are my 4 glosses. This is actually a lot considering I used to hate lip glosses, and I wouldn't be surprised if this number has gone up since last year. Lip glosses. Yes, I had 2 last year, and then I went up to 5 partway through this year, and now I have 4. So this one I've been trying to pan all year, and I really am hoping that this is going to be done soon, because I'm just kind of tired of it. I haven't loved it since the beginning. Like, it's interesting. I don't have any other shades that are like this. It's a purple shade that fades to a pink, so it's kind of interesting. But I didn't buy this myself. I was decluttered this by a friend, so I don't love it. This I really do like. The first half of the year, I think I was using this a lot, and all of this is organic use. So really, really enjoy this, but I've been focusing more on this one, so I haven't used this in probably 3 months at this point. Then we've got this one, which I've had for ages, and these all have different applicators. This is this one. It's kind of like a doe foot. It doesn't make sense to me for a lip gloss to have this kind of applicator, so I don't love it. It does taste nice. It's kind of like a brown sugar flavor, but I like this applicator more. So even though this is, I don't know, this is like the gloss of older years, this is like a newer formula. Although this is obviously a lot cheaper than the Stila one, I think I like this better because of the applicator, and I don't know, it just feels less lip glossy. This is obviously more lip glossy. And then this was decluttered to me by my friend. None of these I've purchased, I don't think. This my friend gave to me as a gift. This is interesting because it tingles. Like, it definitely has that like minty plumping up your lips effect, even though it doesn't say that. It just says lip glace or lip glacé. But it's kind of cool. I've surprised myself by liking this. It does have a slight shimmer. I think this would be really nice on top of like a brown or nude lip liner. I've never tried that because I just haven't used it that many times. I've really been using these two more this year, but I think lip glosses as a whole overall have grown on me just because these are nicer than the ones that I used to have. I have decluttered a few over the years or panned them. But I have 4 this year, and I'm actually not too upset with that number, but it would be better if it was 3. Okay, I think we should move on to liquid lipsticks. This is a category that it's a bit ridiculous because, like, honestly, who likes liquid lipsticks? Not me, and yet I have so many of them. Next year, 2025, is the year that I start using up my dark lippies and liquid lipsticks, but here they are. I have 7 of them, 2 dark, 3 sort of mid shades, well, sort of 4 mid shades, and then 1 lighter shade, although this actually shows up as so dark purple on the lips. The ones, I like the shade of this one, and I like the shade of, is it this one? Is this one soft spoken? Yeah, these two, I like the shades. This one, I used to like the shade, not so much anymore. The other ones, I don't. Like, I have to force myself to use them. But 2025, as I mentioned, is my dark lipstick year, and so I'm gonna get to reacquaint myself with all of these. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna be using these a ton, as well as my other dark lipsticks, but I feel like the focus should be on these because liquid lipsticks are just so passé right now, so I want to figure out which ones need to leave my collection ASAP and which ones I can actually work with. But we have 7, as you can see, and last year I had 10. So that's really great to get down that much. It says in brackets, where it says my number last year, in brackets, 2 might be leaving soon, so I knew that I was decluttering some shortly. I don't see myself decluttering any of these shortly because I just don't know them well enough and like how I should use them. So I do expect some of them to leave next year. I just can't really predict which ones. But we've gone from 10 to 7, so I'm really happy about those numbers. Oh, I need to take a picture. Y'all, I had so many lip categories last year. I don't even understand some of them. Like, obviously I've got lip liners, lip glosses, lipstick, liquid lipsticks. But then I also have uncategorized lip products and other misc lip products and unopened lip things and extra lip bag. First of all, uncategorized lip products. Last year I had 12. What on earth were those 12 products? Like, I'm gonna have to insert a picture here of what those were because I do not know. Oh, you know what? It might be like these types of things. So yeah, I could see counting this not as a lipstick, but as an uncategorized. But 12 seems like so many. Let's see how many I have. I hope it's less than half of that. This might actually be a liquid lipstick as well, but I think I'm gonna categorize it as, yeah, ooh, I don't know. This might actually be a liquid lipstick. Yeah, I think that was an incorrect number that I gave, so I actually have 8, not 7. I'll have to retake that picture. I just don't think of it that way because in my mind, I dislike liquid lipsticks, but this is one of my very favorite lip products in my collection. It's so good. Okay, I think those are the only misc things. I'm like looking around, like what have I missed here? No, those are, yeah, that's it for misc lip products. Maybe these two. Yeah. Okay, so this is like, I don't know how to describe this because it has an applicator like this. It looks like a lipstick or liquid lipstick on the lips, but it's kind of like a gloss in its packaging. So that would be uncategorized. These 3 Revlon products, I would say uncategorized because this is a lip tint, well, a cushion lip tint. Like what the heck does that mean? This I want to finish up next year. For sure. I'm trying to use this up a lot this month. These 2 I do not use. They're just so, there's so much. They're so hard to pull off and they also do not fade well at all. It's just, this was just for a different era. You know what I mean? It's just so thick and viscous. And then my friend decluttered this to me. I've never used it, but I couldn't let go of it because it's so pretty. That's honestly why I have kept it. I don't even know if this shade would be good on me. Could be pretty. And then obviously my NYX Matte Lip Cream. I've been trying to pan this for ages now and it just doesn't want to leave. It's remarkable. And then this is kind of between a lipstick and a lip gloss because look at that applicator. It's like a lip oil applicator, but the way it applies is kind of more like a lipstick. It's just got so much pigment. So there's 7. So 7 uncategorized lip things. So about half as many as last year. 12, and now we have 7. And then the final category is going to be lipsticks. Okay, this is where I keep all of my lipsticks. My 3 MAC, my KVD, my 2 Revlon, 1 Wet n Wild, and then my 2 luxury ones. This is YSL and this is Charlotte Tilbury. And in total, I have 9 lipsticks. I really hope the numbers were lower last year. Let's check. I had 10. I'm down by 1. I had really hoped that there would be a bigger difference. Let's see. This is the only one I brought into my collection this year. My friend hosted like a Taylor Swift night in honor of 1989 being re-released. And she made us all these like little presents. And this was in the like little package. And, you know, obviously I was super excited. It was such a nice thought. But I was like, realistically, I'm not going to keep this because I don't need another red lipstick and it's Wet n Wild. Like I know that I don't love the formula of these because I've had a few in the past. But it's just such a nice memento and it always makes me think of that night and just like Taylor Swift in general. So I haven't been able to get rid of it. The others, I've had all of them for a long time. So we've got these 3 MAC, Ruby Woo. Oh, it's Be Real time. Then we've got this dark shade, which is Antique Velvet. Then we've got Patisserie. This is one I could definitely finish off. I really do like it. So I'm like, should I pan it? Because then I won't have it anymore. Haven't decided. KVD. Super pretty. Deep shade. This will take a long time to finish. I haven't used it that much. This, it's engraved with my name, which I think is such a beautiful touch. It is another red that I don't need. Is this red? Yeah, red rules the world. I have so many reds. As you guys know, this was the year of red lipstick for me, so I tried to get some of my reds out of my collection. And then this one, honestly, like I just don't need 3 red lipsticks considering how rarely I use them. And then this one is Black Cherry, which I used to be obsessed with. I think this is one that I could feasibly pan next year. I used to love it. Like I've used up a lot of it. I think the Revlon packaging is so chic, like this black and gold. I really do like it, but I just don't need all of these lip products. And then we've got this YSL one in, I don't see a name actually, but it's just this red sparkly shade. See, look, a 4th red. Do I need 4 red lipsticks? No, I don't. And then we've got one of my favorites, JK Magic, and I actually have one other Charlotte Tilbury lipstick I'm remembering. It's a mini, and I haven't seen it in a couple of months. I don't know where it is. So you can see, I'm trying to like reflect. So this is actually 10, I guess, not 9. This is 10 products, 10 lipsticks. So this number actually did not go down at all, which is really kind of upsetting because I worked so hard on getting my lip product number down this year, but obviously that did not work in the lipsticks. It might have worked overall though. So let me count up all of my lip products and see how many I've got. Hey y'all, so this is probably, I'm gonna do this while putting things away. I just counted up all my numbers and I'm pretty disappointed actually. Yeah, I had a certain vision of what my collection would look like by the end of this year. And I had like a conservative estimate, and then I had a like, this is what like the dream would be. So halfway through the year, I counted out my makeup collection. I had 147.5 products, and so I was aiming for 140 overall, and then my like stretch goal was like 137 products. So I really wanted to get the numbers down. This would be better if I was talking to the camera, obviously, but yeah, I'm just gonna do it like this. Unfortunately, the numbers are 144.5. So clearly I did not pan as many products as I thought this year, and or I brought in more makeup to my collection than I realized, which I think is like an issue in and of itself, that I don't even realize that like despite going on a no buy, I'm still bringing so much makeup into my collection. I think that's worth reflecting on and potentially talking about in a future video, and working through which products I did actually bring into my collection and comparing that to the number of makeup products that I finished or decluttered, because you know, the difference between June and now is only 3 products, and yet I've panned and decluttered so many more than just 3 products. So that's really disappointing that I brought in so many new products that it kept my numbers really high. So obviously you saw me talking about the products that I'm hoping to pan next year, and a couple of things that I'm even planning to declutter in January or by the end of the year. But I'm not happy with those numbers, and this sort of will push back my overall makeup goals, which was to reach 125 makeup products by the end of 2025. And now that's 20 products away, which is a lot to get out of my collection within the span of 1 year in 2025. So anyways, I will definitely be thinking about that and potentially talk about it in a future video, but let me know what you think. Yeah, I'm interested to hear if this is a surprise to you guys as well, or if you were like, while I was doing this video, like, Larry, you brought in so much new makeup this year. Like, obviously your numbers are not going to go down that much. Perhaps you took a more pragmatic view of things than I did. I guess I, you know, was maybe just a little bit too ambitious, or yeah, not being practical about the amount of makeup products that I accepted people decluttering to me. But that's going to be it for today's video, ending on sort of a sad note. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to say at the moment. My only thing I can say is I will continue to work hard and do better next year, and hopefully I will be happier with my overall collection numbers for next year. But I hope you enjoyed this inventory series. Make sure to watch previous years if you are curious about what my collection looked like. It's obviously, despite the numbers, it's obviously a lot better than it has been in the past. And yeah, I'm curious to hear what your makeup collection numbers are like, and if you were really happy with your overall collection, or if you're looking forward to further curating down in future, as I am. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys next week, and you will get to see my face. Thanks again.